What's up guys, Inigami here. Let's go through Zero Stamina Whitebeard Island. Now, the Whitebeard Training Island, like most islands, the first 10 stages are really easy. And what the team we're going to be using is a double gear 3 team with damage reducers, Alvida, Perona, and Golden Pound Usopp, and Doflamingo. You basically don't need to stall at all. In fact, you can just power through the first 10 stages as quickly as you can. There's no requirements for this team as far as sockets go. Of course, if you have auto heal is very valuable for any Zero Stamina Island. But you don't need to have any cooldown reduction, or you don't need to have any anti-lock or anything like that. This is Thatch. The first thing we're going to do is use Golden Pound Usopp on Thatch. He will preemptively despair you for 6 turns. If you have anti-despair, that will help out against Thatch quite a bit, as your despair will last longer than, or your despair will last longer than Golden Pound Usopp will, or shorter than Golden Pound Usopp will. If you do not have anti-despair sockets, then just punch Thatch as hard as you can. You should be able to take him down before he attacks or after he attacks once. If you do have max despair though, you'll be able to take him out. On the first turn, your despair goes away like this. Namuel on stage 12 is going to preemptively deal 3,333 damage to you, and he'll lock 1 random unit for 3 turns. This is another time that the anti-lock sockets are nice, but they're not necessary. We want to try to eat up any food that we can while taking him out before he attacks. If he does attack, he will lock a random unit for 5 turns if he attacks below 20%. He attacks every 2 turns for a small bit of damage. Stage 13, Manko, is the first stage we're going to start stalling on. And Manko is going to preemptively cut our health in half. We're going to deal damage to him slowly while healing up as much as we can as we go along. Getting to full health isn't necessary because we basically will try to heal up full by the time we get to Izo. But the first attack we want to use Perona, second attack we want to use Alvida, and then the third attack we want to use Golden Pound Usopp. Now I used Alvida here on Perona here on accident because I wasn't really paying attention. I was talking to Twitch chat. Don't blame me, it's all strategy, not a mistake. So I accidentally used Perona here. It's not super important. You can always even move forward from here faster than I did if you manage to heal up a lot. If you get up to most of your health, then you will get extra food on Izo, which makes this a lot nicer. Now, this is one of the differences in the 1000 Sunny versus a Merry Go run. If you're using the 1000 Sunny, then you're going to be able to heal up a lot from Izo stage because you'll be able to take out everything right away. If you're using the Merry Go, you're going to have to take a hit from Izo most likely, unless you get lucky with your orbs. But here we're just going to stall, take hits from we're just going to take hits using Perona and Alvida, and we're going to use Golden Pound Usopp on the next stage. Take one more heal here with Alvida, then kill it with Golden Pound Usopp. Easy peasy. Fossa and Curiel on stage 14. This is going to be the next time you use your Golden Pound Usopp. You do need to have Golden Pound Usopp, Perona, and Alvida specials more or less max. Alvida and Golden Pound Usopp basically have to be maxed out. Perona can have, I believe, 1 turn off max, maybe 2 turns off max, and Doflamingo has to be at least 16 turns. 16 turns is the absolute maximum cooldown you have on a Doflamingo to use them on this team. So use your Golden Pound Usopp here. You want to take both Thatch and Curiel out. I mean, not Thatch, Fossa and Curiel out before they attack. You can use your, just basically attack with all your characters, and you should be able to take them out before either of them attack you. If they do attack, then Curiel will blind you for 19 turns, and Fossa will deal a nice large chunk of damage. So don't let either of them attack you, but just try to heal up if you can. At this stage, you don't need to heal up all the way because next turn will be Izo, or next stage will be Izo, and Izo will give us all food orbs, so you don't need to save your orbs even on this part. Izo preemptively will shuffle all your orbs to recovery orbs or food orbs, and will attack every 2 turns for 5,000 damage. If you're using a double Rayleigh team, which is easier to use than a double Gear 3 team, a double Rayleigh team will actually be able to clear out all the characters around Izo with just Rayleigh's specials. But with it using double gear 3, then you're going to need to use the 1000 Sunny special here to also help you clear out all the minions around Izo. Now they're all gone. Attack with all your stuff. You can take some time to heal here if you need to still heal. And you might as well stall the second turn for Izo as well. If Izo attacks, it's not the end of the world. You just miss out on the extra healing that you got from him. Izo's a dude. Vista. Vista has 1 million health and starts to... after Vista is when we're going to start relying on our luck. Vista will preemptively reduce the rate of your Psi and recovery orbs for 5 turns, and will attack every 2 turns for 4,850 damage. We want to get him as close to 20% as we can, but not get him under 20%. If you get really, really lucky with your orbs and manage to get him, if you manage to get matching orbs on your gear, on at least 2 of your 3 gear 3s and Doflamingo, then you could take him out in 2 turns. But barring getting super lucky and killing Vista in 2 turns, we're going to have to take a hit from him. But do not get him below 20%, because if you do get him below 20%, he will deal 5,000 exact damage to you, and then attack still. So he'll, even if you use Alvida, you'll take 5,000 damage, and although it won't kill you, it will put a huge, huge dent in your health, and it's going to make it very hard to heal back up from that. So we'll take a second turn from Vista here. You saw us use Alvida to help reduce Vista's damage. No, we'll take him out. No problem. Well, we're also going to try to look for matching orbs. I'm going to try to keep a matching orb on my Gear 3s or my Doflamingo especially, because the next turn is Jozu. Jozu is the start of our luck required for the Whitebeard 0 stamina. Now, if we get my Doflamingo currently has max attack cotton candy on my Doflamingo. I highly recommend you use the damage calculator here. We have the exact defense values of all the lobsters and Jozu in the database, and you can find out exactly how much damage you'll do. If you have a matching orb on your Gear 3 or your Doflamingo, you can basically kill someone who has neutral defense. Other than that, we're going to try to take characters out one at a time. Now, with a matching orb on Doflamingo, I can take out Jozu here. We're going to try to take out the green lobster with a Gear 3 attack. Goodbye there. And Doflamingo takes out Jozu with a matching orb. If you do not get lucky with your orbs, you're going to need to use a Perona or a Doflamingo special heal here to help you take out these lobsters. It's just that I know how much damage I'm going to do, and as long as I get one matching orb on either of my Gear 3s or my Doflamingo, I can take out the lobsters no problem. So after each one of those lobsters goes down, we're just going to look for some more food to top off our health. And we're going to try to get lucky on the Manko. The Manko can get one of 3 different cooldowns on Manko. Manko will either have a 1-turn, a 2-turn, or a 3-turn cooldown. If we get 3-turn Manko, that is the best, obviously. And the 1-turn Manko is what we're all hopefully avoiding. Now, I did not keep a I did not keep a matching orb on my Gear 3s here, and I should have, so I have to take a hit from the lobster. Not the end of the world. Lobsters hit for a small bit of damage, but it's not that bad. We can heal up and look for a matching orb on my Gear 3s or my Doflamingo. And Alvida with a matching orb will not do enough damage, so I'm going to end up taking a second hit from the lobster here. Not ideal. Once again, I was pushing my luck to try to heal up even more and ended up making a mistake. So we got a matching orb on a Doflamingo. That means I'm just going to look for some food so that way I can try to heal before I kill the lobster. And no food orbs means I have to kill it using either my Gear 3 or my Doflamingo, both of which will work out fine. Boop. Goodbye, lobster. Manko has a 1-turn cooldown, the worst we could ask for. Now, Manko will attack for 6,700 damage every 2 turns. We're going to use Alvida here to reduce a hit from Manko. And if necessary, we can also take a second hit if you do not have your Golden Pound Usopp ready for the next stage. Before we go into the next stage, you're going to need to have your Golden Pound Usopp ready. And remember that turn 19 does not have a preemptive attack. I've made that mistake many times, forgetting that turn 19 does not have a preemptive attack, and trying to go with Golden Usopp not quite ready yet. So Golden Usopp has to have a 1-turn cooldown or be ready by the time we kill Manko. Manko will heal himself for a decent chunk of health every single turn. Heal for 90,000 damage. We're gonna use another Perona, or we're gonna use Perona special here. No, we don't. We'll just take a hit from Manko, because Manko only hits for 6,700 damage. It's not too bad. So we're gonna use Perona on the first attack from Manko. I can't quite afford to use the Perona here, because I need Perona for the first hit from Manko. So now we're gonna try to get Manko nice and low before we push him forward. Ideally, you want to try to save some orbs to move when you move into stage 19 to make sure you get those orbs. So I was trying to save the Gear 3 and the Doflamingo orb here, but it does not work out for me. I have to use both of their attacks in order to kill Manko, so I don't get to save anything. And now we're praying to RNGesus. Turn 1, we use Golden Usopp right away. Use any AoE specials you have. You have 1,000 Sunny, Gear 3 specials, Rayleigh specials, whatever you have, you want to use them right here. If you're using double Rayleigh team, use them now. Using double Gear 3, use them now. Just to do as much damage as you can. Our first priority will be taking out Izo and Ace. Want to take both of them out first. Izo goes down easily if you have a matching orb on either one of your Gear 3s. And Ace will go down if you have a matching orb on your Doflamingo. This is with Doflamingo special, of course. So here we have a matching orb on Golden Usopp, Gear 3, and Doflamingo. We're gonna attack first with the Golden Usopp on the, we're gonna go to Izo first. Get the Golden Gear 3, killing Izo. Or I think I leave Izo with just a sliver of health. Yep. Izo lives with just a sliver of health. If I had some more cotton candy on my Gear 3, that would have done it. So we only get 2 matching orbs there, but it's okay. Next couple turns is taking out Rakuyo and Thatch. Rakuyo has to go down first. If he lives, he will lock your lock 2 random characters for 3 turns. And if I said Thatch, I meant Vista. If Vista survives, he will attack for just under 10,000 damage, 5,000 damage of that, which you cannot reduce. So here you gotta make sure you just gotta hope to get good orbs. If you do not get any matching orbs, or you get badly matching orbs for a couple turns, then you might just be SOL. But with a bit of luck and a bit of praying to RNG, so we can take everybody down. Our first attack is going to, well, we're going to take this one out, but we're going to take the first Manko attack using Perona special. And we're going to do the same thing on the last time we did to Manko, is just healing up as much as we can while stalling out. Because we're going to try to use Doflamingo as soon as we get into Whitebeard stage. So Perona goes first, reduces our damage taken by 90%. And then we're just gonna look for food. Make sure you actually deal damage to Manko. You don't want to forget to hurt Manko. Bring him down low. You don't have to worry about his health. He doesn't do anything bad below 20% or anything like that. And you want to be able to take him out in the first, whenever you need to. So Manko will attack for 13,680 damage, which of course is only 1,300 damage or so, and 2,700 damage with Alvita. So it'll be pretty easy to heal up. You don't need to heal up all the way. The reason we still need to heal here is because we still need to use Alvita and Perona on Whitebeard. If you do not have or if you want to, you can always replace your Perona with, for example, Streaming Wolf Zoro. If you're using Streaming Wolf Zoro, you will not have to heal up as much because you won't take as much damage whenever you use the second special. You still have to have enough health to be able to take at least one Whitebeard attack with the damage reduction. And remember that Whitebeard will cut your health by 80%, so you only have 20% of your total health. After we use those 2 specials, we are going to use Golden Usopp 2. Do not forget to use Golden Usopp, and use Golden Usopp as soon as it comes up. It should be on Manko's 2 turns. So that way we can have Golden Usopp ready whenever we can use it on Whitebeard, because Whitebeard will put up a debuff protection for several turns. And now the name of the game is still the same as it was before. Just attacking, looking for food, and dealing small bits of Manko without hurting him too much. and accidentally killing him. We have to have all this stall if you're using this team, because you need to have Doflamingo ready as soon as you can. So second to last turn, do a bit of damage, and our last turn, we managed to get 1 food orb. So we'll eat that food orb while killing the Manko. Now, any orbs you get here will not matter. You cannot save orbs moving to the next stage because Whitebeard will shuffle our orbs. Now, here is the first really big trick to beating the Whitebeard 0 Stamina Island, is that as soon as you see Whitebeard shuffle your orbs, you're going to exit the game. Now, I exited a little early here. We didn't quite catch the orbs that we got. So we're going to exit and reset. Now, in doing so, you can it'll set you back to beginning of that turn. Whitebeard will use his special once again, and you will see what orbs you get before you lock them in. So if you don't do this, you can always pray that you get really lucky and Whitebeard gives you the orbs you need, or else you just have to hope for it. So I'm going to slow it down a little bit right here. You're going to see that as soon as we see what orbs we get, so he shuffles, and you see that you can tell what orbs you got. We got 1 red orb, a yellow orb, and a couple others. You can exit the game, reset, and you'll go back in. So I've reset a couple of times now, and now I've got 2 red orbs and a green orb, which is exactly what we want. Because when we use our Doflamingo special, we are going to attack Manko with 2 attacks, and end our 3rd attack with Doflamingo on the Jozu. Now, it's very important that we hit Jozu with the Dex orb on Doflamingo. So like I said, our first 2 attacks are going to go on Manko. That will deal a significant amount of damage to Manko. I managed to just hit the grate there, but we still take out Jozu just fine. And we're going to take out Manko in the next 2 turns and start dealing as much damage to Whitebeard as we can. If Jozu survives, he will increase the entire team's damage by a huge amount, making it very hard to hurt anybody. If Manko survives, he will heal everybody basically to full health. So both of those need to go down in the first 2 turns. Now the first turn here, we're going to take a hit with Whitebeard using Alvita. Whitebeard will attack us every 3 turns for 20,000 damage, so we are going to need to start healing in between attacks, because remember, even with specials like Alvita and Prona, only 20% of 20,000 damage is still a pretty significant amount of damage. We took 4,000 damage right there. So in order to use Prona, I am going to need to get 2 food orbs, I believe. It depends on how much recovery your team has. This is another time that a double Rayleigh team just has a huge advantage over a Gear 3 team, because Rayleigh teams just have much more recovery than Gear 3 teams do. Now I have a matching recovery orb on my Perona. I am going to absolutely eat that recovery orb on Perona, so that way we can take a hit from Whitebeard after Perona special, which, if you've done your math, is 2,000 damage. Now, if you have auto recovery here, especially if you have max auto recovery, which heals for 1,000 every turn, you'll do this so easily because you don't have to worry about getting food orbs. That takes out one more aspect of RNG for you. But if you are a normal pleb like me, then you will need to hope for some luck. And I mess up my attack here. We don't do any damage, but we still get our recovery, which is what's important. And as you can see by the cooldowns, as soon as Whitebeard gets, as soon as the debuff protection from Whitebeard goes away, our Golden Pound Usopp will be ready. And we can use Golden Pound Usopp to stall Whitebeard for a couple extra turns. Now, there is always a choice you can do. If Whitebeard gets below 20%, he will attack for 9,999 damage, basically 1 million damage, which you can't really reduce using Alvita or Perona. If you want to, you can try to use Alvita special one more time to take a hit from Whitebeard if you heal up enough, but do not do that if Whitebeard is below 20%. So you can use Golden Pound Usopp and stall, and then if he's still not in low enough range where you can kill him, you can use Alvita, take another hit, and then if you do that, you will have Doflamingo special ready to use once again. So you can use Doflamingo special twice here in this fight, once at the beginning and once after you take a hit using Alvita the second time. But with my team, I managed to get lucky with orbs, and getting lucky with orbs means I can try to burst him down at these turns. So you see right here, I am debating over what to do, whether I should try to get lucky with some food orbs or just try to get lucky with matching orbs. And, you know, we've done this enough times, let's try to get lucky with matching orbs, and I actually don't need to get that many matching orbs. I do a lot more damage than I thought I did. 3 matching orbs on our Vitas and our Gear 3s does a significant amount of damage to Whitebeard, and we managed to take him down with an extra turn to survive. So remember that if you can't kill Whitebeard yet at this point, you want to use Alvita before he gets below 20% to take a hit from Whitebeard, and then you want to use your Doflamingo during those last 3 turns that you get after the Alvita special. So with this, we are of course very excited. We get our brand new Whitebeard 0 stamina, or Whitebeard ship, the Moby Dick. What a beautiful ship. It increases your health by 50% at the start of a fight, but reduces your health to 75% of that total, which basically puts yourself a little bit behind. And we might as well do some skills on our Whitebeard. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember, teams that work out great for this island include Whitebeard teams, Rayleigh teams. You can do a double Gear 3 team with Aokiji, Doflamingo, and Enel. That team works out very well. You don't need to have any skill ups on any of your characters except for Golden Pound Usopp. You don't need to have specials on Aokiji. You don't need to have specials on Doflamingo. You don't need to have any specials up on Enel. But you do need lots of auto recovery per turn. You need to have auto recovery per turn so that way you can heal up and take a hit from Manko on stage 19. Or you have to get very, very lucky with your cooldowns and get very, very lucky with your orbs. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I named Zinigami. Good luck, and y'all stay beautiful.